That is from the Hebrew Rosh Hashanah, beginning of year. Shoneh, is of, Rosh is head, or beginning of year. The Jews took this term, the only place it's in the Bible, and they knew it meant the first of the year, the first. And in a corrupt way, but at least with their correct understanding, they took it from a place they knew it didn't fit or couldn't figure out how it fit, moved it about 100 days to the start of Tishri, and said that trumpets is Rosh Hashanah. It was a lie, but they at least understood it meant the first of a month. And so they said it's the first of a year. They knew it meant that too. So they said, we want to start civil years on Tishri so we can be just like all the Gentiles and they'll like us. And so they took the only place you will find Rosh Hashanah in the Bible, moved it 100 days to the end of summer, and said that's Rosh Hashanah. Every Jew who's ever lived who said they're keeping Rosh Hashanah on trumpets doesn't know it. They are unwittingly participating in a lie. That's just a fact. That's why God says to the Jews they have no answers. They're a great people who will grow greater in God's kingdom. But that made our pursuit much harder. Rosh Hashanah means head of the year. So they moved it from what's clearly in the winter, from its only place in the Bible, and made it the beginning of a month. Now that's further proof, even in their error, and I think they were sincere, or nobody would have let them get away with it. They made a rationale for it. They moved it to the start of a month and said it's the start of a year. So they knew that. They just put it in the wrong place and caused tremendous confusion. I know there isn't much time left, but don't ever refer to trumpets as Rosh Hashanah again. It's a lie. It's an absolute lie. But by examining it where God put it in its only instance in the Bible, we're going to get some support here in some other verses, we're able to begin to understand there is a start of a year that is tied by God to the 10th day of the 10th month, which is in the dead of winter, and to the measuring of the temple, which is what follows. Now, is that all an accident? That's a big question. That's a big, big question. Let me explain something. The 10th of Tevet would only line up with December 21st every 19 years. So this is a very unusual thing. Once every 19 years it would line up. But it's a much greater odds than that we could hit it right, because it has to line up with the winter solstice on a Friday. The odds of that are 133 to 1 against it. Why does it have to be a Friday, Mr. Pack? Which it is this year. It not only lines up, it has to hit a Friday so that 365 days later we enter God's Sabbath, God's rest on a Sabbath. So we have to be very, very careful and treat this like the scriptural fine gold of Ophir is, do we have this right?